Okay, now as I was saying, we have to watch out for these certain symbols. Because if you look at all these symbols and the symbols that they are exposing on what these conspiracy theorists are doing is they're tracing that right back to Egypt. I have not seen one YouTube, one Yahoo, or one Google expose their satanic symbols, but they expose the ancient Egyptian ones. Okay, most of the music entertainers that you see and all the people that are in the entertainment industry, such as movies, famous writers, poets, in that category, expose signs. And most of these signs of what they say to back up the conspiracy and the knowledge of it, in which they do not know what they are talking about, goes and concurring of the knowledge of Egypt, which is backing up what everyone is saying, that Egypt is bad. Okay? Now, we have to watch out for these conspiracy theorists. Okay? Because they are paid and hired to do one thing. Okay? And then you have the ones that are hired that are blind to the fact that we are not catching on to this. So it's, in other words, it's like the blind leading the blind. So it comes to a surface, then it comes to a lower surface, then it comes to an even lower surface, and then it comes to us. Once it comes to us, then we're going telling people, watch this, watch that, and the only thing that they are doing is good to expose, it's good to know about this. But how is that going to help us? It's not going to help us to learn about the Illuminati. It will help us to learn about them to a certain extent and then try to overcome that. We have at least 150 different organizations that control us. Do you think that we need to worry about one? If we are talking about a change and we are talking about making a difference in our society, are we going to focus on one organization? No. We have to focus on the foundational ones, which is the financial infrastructures, the education infrastructures, the agricultural infrastructures, okay? And our communities, and our religious infrastructures, okay? You also see the signs of the Baphomet, okay? If you look at it, Baphomet is just like a 6-point star, a 5-point star. Matter of fact, if you look at it, it's the upside, it's the inside of a 5-point star, which is an upside down 5-point star. Okay? Now, if you look at the 5-point star, it had 5. It has 5 points, which represents the quality and the divinity of man. Arm, leg, arm, head. Okay? Which represent Allah. Allah means God in Arabic. Okay? What that 5-point star, the upper one, the 5-point star, it represents the quality and the anatomy of the wisdom of God. And the wisdom of God is the human anatomy of man and how human beings are created. Now, the 5-point star, which represents the quality and divinity of mankind, woman and man. Now, if you flip that around and it's upside down and you put a goat face inside of it, that is only implying the downfall of man, which is the curse of Baphomet. The curse of Baphomet is the downfall of man. And Baphomet is nothing but a symbol that represents Satanism and demonic forces that come from the infrastructure of Satan. Okay? So, there's nothing bad or evil about the 5-point star. But like I said, for anything to become within an activation to work to do evil, they go to the foundation of it first. Because if you have an evil foundation, nothing will come up. The witchcraft that these satanic and demonic individuals do, it will not work on an evil foundation because it's worthless. It will only work on a foundation that is pure, and a foundation that is pure is holy. A foundation that is holy, okay, is good. Okay, so what they do is they get the foundation, knows the foundations and the whereabouts, and do lascivious and evil things to it. If you look at the Virgin Mary, you always find the Virgin Mary holding a baby. Okay? Where did they get that from? They got that from a sculpture of the Black Madonna and the African child. Okay? That's where they got that from. And the African Donna traced their roots back to Egypt, which was Isis and baby Horus. So everything that these satanic individuals do, and everything that they expose, it falls back to Egyptian knowledge. And as it falls back to Egyptian knowledge, there was a foundation of good before they came and corrupted it. Everything that we have done, every foundation that we have shown and that we have gave, they take that knowledge and pervert it. Okay? And the knowledge of how they pervert things, they don't tell that. But they expose it on Egyptian knowledge and have people and blind the masses of the people of thinking that this is nothing but Egyptian knowledge, and making the Egyptian and the whole realm of the establishment and the foundation of Egyptology so filthy and so bad. Okay? And the reputation is so filthy. And a lot of people is not seeing that. Why are they bad-mouthing Egypt when most of the archaeologists go to Africa? The place that they go is to Egypt. And the reason why they go to Egypt is to study and research the Egyptian history. And as they study the Egyptian history, they take it back to organizational sources of the government. And what they do is they come up with religions. They come up with myths. They come up with other rituals to perform in order to make their oracle stronger. And that oracle that becomes stronger will vitalize and strengthen their knowledge and that infrastructure in order to control us. So we have more witchcraft than anything. You will be amazed at what you can find in those Egyptian tombs. In those Egyptian tombs is the foundation of life. The reason why I say it is the foundation of life, because if you look at the word Kemet, where do you think chemistry comes from? Okay. Kemet comes from chemistry, comes from the word Kemet. Okay. Kemet comes in the order of algebra and mathematics. When you go to school, they don't teach you about, when it's talk about chemistry, they don't teach you. They teach you about formulas. They teach you about functions. But chemistry is the origination of mathematics. And the origination of the name used to be Kemet